The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Michael Bublé, what a voice that man has, and one of the greatest interviews that we've had on this show as well.
He's a superstar, isn't he? And what a great bloke. You know, you do interviews over the years, and he is without doubt in the top three every time.
So he obviously is away from the family.
Can
quite
I
a
jump
bit.
in, Fitz?
No, you can't.
I'm sorry, mate. Just this song. When I lived with Gary in Perth,
Oh my God.
he would get emotional listening to this song. Sarah, you would know this, but
You can't not get
he
emotional.
would cry if this song came on. It's his favourite song.
Sensitive, isn't he?
So it's about home, you know.
Beautiful beast.
I want to go home right now. Hey, so anyway, he's away quite a bit touring, and obviously he's away from the family. So when he comes home, he had a bit of a surprise. His son Noah's been through quite a bit as well, hasn't he, Sarah? He
had cancer when he was 4. Terrible.
Cancer. Well, Noah is 12 years of age now, and you know what? He got very emotional, Michael Bublé, when he came home and found out that Noah had learned one of his songs on the piano.
Isn't that beautiful?
So then Michael didn't believe it. He said to his wife, "You start filming and I'll sing along if he does get it right." The song is called "I'll Never Not Love You." He wrote this for his wife, and this is his son on the piano.
Every time my hand reaches for yours,
He's starting to cry.
I feel the hesitation. I'm sure that you're not sure.
Pressure on the kid.
Every time you
Gives you goosebumps.
Yeah.
Noah, he can play it.
and it's messing with my mind. I know there's part of you
Key change.
terrified to love again.
He's getting emotional, Michael. This is his son on the piano. Bring it home, Michael.
I'll never leave you behind. I'll never hurt you like it hurt you.
Oh, isn't that great?
He's so good.
Do you know the one thing I think about, though? That, I mean, the pressure on the kid to be good at music.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and you know what? Great present for your dad. And you know what? He sounds really good on the piano.
Yeah, by all means, tour if you
Starting to
want.
learn. But what if there is a moment where the son goes sitting there with his piano teacher going, "I'm just not into this at all."
I always
I
think
don't
about
like
that
this.
too. Like, if the kids don't share interests, I always think that's cool because I'll be able to then
Yeah.
learn something else.
Well, that's right.
So selfishly, I'll expand my mind by becoming interested in what they want to do.
That's a nice angle.
Yeah, sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll push them really, really hard, says, into what I want to do and what I like to do. But you're going to learn something new.
But see, Fitz, what do you do then with the kids if they're not into footy? Like you've said before, Lenny's not as into it.
You have to be 100% supportive, don't you? As you push them out of the car
You'll be
towards
right, mate.
football training.
You'll be right.
What do you mean? Like at the moment, like Lenny doesn't want to do athletics at the end of the year because none of his mates are doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm like, well, what else are you going to do? And he goes, I don't know. I won't do any sport at all.
Oh, how'd that go down?
Well, you're not sitting at home playing video games.
Yeah, that's why when I reflect on my childhood, I had an outstanding stamp collection, and then I started a butterfly collection when
Was John into stamps?
John was supportive, yeah, because quite often I would ask for stamps for Christmas to expand my collection. But then when Dad built the butterfly enclosure, I remember him thinking, he must have been thinking, now that I look back, what the hell have we given birth to?
No, he wouldn't. He would have been loving the fact you were passionate about something. Any sort of passion for a kid is fantastic.
As I ran around after school with a net in the backyard trying to catch a monarch.
Oh, can I, look, are you related to somebody famous? Okay, so we're gonna, and you know what, Hannah handles this really, really well.
You reckon?
Hannah Sterling, she's a producer, our new producer on the show, and she is the daughter of Peter Sterling, Parramatta's finest, New South Wales' finest, one
Is
of the
Sterling
greatest.
your dad?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
No way.
So first of all, Hannah, you're an only child, aren't you?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, and then so you were born obviously a girl. So
Thank you for clarifying.
What was your dad's thoughts? Because everyone would have thought, oh, Sterlo would have loved to have had a boy and a little footballer, you know.
He was really happy, at least that's what he's told me.
Yeah.
Because Mum had kind of said to him, oh, I'm sorry, that I couldn't have given you a son, and, he could have played footy and followed in your footsteps, but I think that's the last thing that Dad wanted. He pushed me in direction of every other sport.
Not even
except
women's
footy.
football?
Yeah, because now it's a bigger thing.
Yeah.
Well, when I was
Absolutely.
at school, I actually tried out for
Touch.
the mixed rugby league
Good.
team.
Yeah. Sterlo would have
Didn't
bloody
tell
loved
Mum
that.
and Dad when put my name down for it. I was the only girl. And it was all boys.
Wow.
And then I went home, told Dad, and he's like, absolutely not. And I said, nah, it's all good. I just went for the free sausage sandwich. I'm not actually
So you weren't that interested.
I wasn't interested.
Can you give us an example, though, living in the shadow of Peter Sterling, like some of the examples that you used to cop at school and people trying to get to your father?
One that really comes to mind was at school, like when I was a lot younger, scratch and sniff stickers. That was like, that's
How
when you'd
good were
made
they?
it. That's
yeah.
when you knew
The chocolate
you'd
one
had-
or the strawberry?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Strawberry,
no,
yeah.
awesome.
and the more you got, the cooler you were.
Yeah.
So teacher comes up to me and says, Han, you've been fantastic today. Can I grab your diary? I'll pop in a good note and a scratch and sniff. And I was like, oh, absolutely, here you go. End of the day, gives me back my diary. I go home, open it up, and it says, hey, Pete, any chance we could get tickets to that game?
You're kidding me.
Coming up this weekend.
You're kidding me.
Nothing to do
With
with
you.
me. Nothing. I got the
Han.
sticker,
You got the
but it had absolutely nothing to do
Hannah-
with anything I had done that day
Hannah
at school.
is such a great student. Any chance of 5 tickets to the game on the weekend?
To Origin
That
3.
is a disgrace.
Yeah. And I still know exactly what teacher. I'm not going to say it on here,
Yep.
but I'd see him walking around the school.
No, what a
just
scab.
when I got older and side-eye him.
And you talk about your dad's achievements. Fitz, I don't know if you're aware of this. Sterlo was on the panel the night that Craig McLachlan performed stand-up.
Oh, he was there on the footy show.
It was on the panel on stage. He saw that firsthand, closer than anybody else because he was there. What a moment that must have been for Sterlo.
Amazing.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.